Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Division. I am Death from Above, returning you back from my bi-monthly excursion into The Division, but I have some good news to share with you. The state of the game just came out today, and they released a lot of information on 1.4 on the private test server and changes they're making. So, Massive had a group of people come out and kind of give them feedback on the game. Community members, players, content creators. It was a grab bag of different types of people that play the game, people that like and enjoy the game, from casual to all the way to the hardcore player. And a lot of things were discussed. And I think we're seeing some of the fruits of those labors, and also some of the fruits of just Massive wanting to fix this game. So 1.4 looks to be a turning point. They've compared it to the 2.0 update to Diablo that was called the Loot 0.0, I think. I never played Diablo, so can't really tell you. A lot of games I think you compared to that when they're not living up to their potential, and then they say, we're going to fix it. So they're like, well, are you going to do Loot 2.0 or Loot 0.0? So let's talk about some of the things they're changing. One of the things is they're adding a private test server on PC that you can go to if you have the game on PC and test changes. Now, that was supposed to be in place already, but they have pushed that out to what it looks like next week. They didn't give a date. They said it wasn't ready. They wanted to make sure it was good and useful and ready. And I'm all for that. They can delay it as long as they tell us we're delaying it to make it better. I'm all right with that. So the private test server is coming. As far as when 1.4 hits, I don't know. They said October, so we've got some time. So if you're waiting on one of those packages, one of those season pass holder packages, maybe it'll have new stuff or maybe it'll be different. Just go ahead and grab it this time around. It won't be till October that 1.4 is distributed or put out. So let's talk about 1.4 and the things they discussed and what looks like it's changing. So literally everything. It's one of the game-changing updates. It's going to change how you play the game. They're introducing things like a world difficulty setting. Instead of going into each encounter and choosing normal, hard, challenging, heroic, you're going to choose world difficulty for the world you're playing in. Say you want to do just level 30 enemies, you'll set it to normal. And this is only once you hit level 30. Anything under level 30, you're still leveling up. You don't have this option. But there's a new world difficulty setting, so you can select the world difficulty. And this will make all enemies in the world that level. And what happens with the missions now, normal, hard, and challenging, there will be no more heroic missions. There's only normal, hard, and challenging. They will just give you more loot. So the harder it is, the enemies go from red health to purple, from purple to gold in challenging. And they basically all become elites. They spawn from different places, but they're still the same level. They just drop more loot. So if you're a solo player, you can do normal, just get one. If you have the gear, you can do hard and get 2 drops. If you have a group that's competent, you can do challenging and get 3 drops. But they're all going to be the same level. So it just affects the speed at which you get loot. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now, another change is all enemies now have a chance to drop loot. Now, this is something I'm used to in Destiny. Any enemy can drop anything in Destiny. There's a really low chance that like a low-level drag is going to drop you a legendary, but it does happen, and it has happened. So I like that all enemies now have the opportunity to drop you loot, not just the bosses. So you can get a gear set piece from that cleaner over there that's just doing nothing in the corner. Holy crap. I think that's awesome. I think that's a good idea. Now, the gear is contingent on what tier you're playing in. So if your world difficulty is set to tier 1, which is level 30, you're going to get 163 gear, or you have the chance at 182 gear, and so on and so forth. So if you're doing tier 2, you have 182 and 204. Tier 3, so on and so on and so on. I may be messing those numbers up, but that's generally how it works. So as you go up in tiers, the loot gets better, but the enemies get higher level. Now 33 is the highest level difficulty there will be in the game. 34 and 35 are going away. They're basically just that was one of the things they really addressed, is that they wanted the enemies to scale properly, and they wanted to push out the time to get killed and draw back the time to kill. So less bullet sponge enemies, more health for you, so you'll stay up longer. That's one of the changes they're making. They're bringing the level of the enemies down. I don't think moving an enemy from 35 to 33 is affecting them as in making them easier, because now they're going to be level 33. They're just adjusting everything, and they've decided 30, 31, 32, 33 are the levels they're going to have. They're also adjusting gear score. they're making the gear set items match the high-end items. So 229 is going to be the max gear set number. It's going to be the max high-end number. They're not changing the stats. They're just moving the numbers to align. So basically, they're bringing high-ends up. They're moving the number on the gear set pieces down, but they're not changing any of the stats, and they're bringing the high-ends up. So you'll have a match. If you want to just run all high-ends, you'll be just as high gear score as someone that's got all the gear sets. So I'm really happy with this because I have some gear sets and I have some high-ends. Sometimes I just don't want to worry about gear set bonuses and I just want to be powerful. So it'll be nice. The heroic mode for things is only going to be in the incursion. And in the incursion, enemies will not drop loot, only the bosses. That's one thing they did note. Open world enemies, mission enemies, dark zone enemies, and underground enemies all have the opportunity to drop anything. Incursion enemies don't. You only get it from the boss. But the incursion changes with the world just like everything else. They're not changing anything with the dark zone as far as dark zone mechanics, but the world changes do affect the dark zone. And I'm really happy about this, and it's something that I kind of wanted to dig a little bit deeper into because it's something that's kind of important. So the world changes affect the dark zone. So if you're at level 30, tier 1, and you go into the dark zone, all the enemies in the dark zone will be level 30. You will still get matched in a bracket based on your gear score. So if you have really high gear score and you're in tier 1 and you go into the dark zone, you're still going to be matched with people with high gear score, but the enemies will still be level 30. So this, to me, screams time to farm the dark zone for experience. I'm still dark zone level like 48. I need to get to 90. Dark zone tier 1, farming those enemies. Don't care about the loot, just care about the dark zone funds, dark zone rank. And I think that's awesome. And you'll be able to do that anywhere in the dark zone. They'll all be the same level, so it's no more going up north in the dark zone and the enemies going up higher level. It should be all the same level. Really excited about that. Now, people will complain, dark zone's still messed up. I want to be able to do dark zone stuff not in the dark zone. Well, guess what? They're bringing back the roaming world bosses. So now you'll have the opportunity basically to do dark zone activities outside the dark zone. So Bullet King is back. You can go find him, kill him, rinse, repeat, and get the loot that way too. So I'm really excited about that. I really didn't get to participate in that too much, but that to me brings the dark zone into the PvP and into the PvE and removes the PvP. So what do you guys think? This is what I've got so far. This is my interpretation. This is not everything they said. And some of the things I said may have been wrong. I don't think they were, but I'm pretty sure I got everything right. But I reserve the right to say, oh, I was wrong about that. So what do you guys think? This makes me want to get back into the division. So when 1.4 drops, I probably will play it, give it some more time, give it some more love. That should hit at right about the right time to where Destiny's Rise of Iron is kind of cooling off. Division comes up, and then Battlefield comes out. So hopefully they time it right, and it gets in there for me. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments what you're excited about. If you've heard anything about this, did you know anything about this? And I'm a little excited. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Leave some feedback. If you want to, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. If you want to share the video, that really helps the channel grow. So until next time, I'm Death for Bub. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later. See you, bye.